Hi guys, I'm Ayushi, your mentor for law entrance exams, and welcome to Law Digest. So in this video, we are going to discuss about the legal current affairs for the month of January. Now till now in my videos, I have covered legal current affairs from the month of June to December. You can go to the playlist section and check the same. So in these videos, it is not really exhaustive. In these videos, I have covered the most important judgments. Apart from this, there are other judgments also, or what you can do is either you can go on the internet and read them up by yourself, or you can if you're looking for any material for the same and you want daily updates, monthly updates, you can resort to our module for legal current affairs that is available on our website www.lawdigest.in. So before moving on, if you do not want to miss such videos, what you can do is you can subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for more such videos and updates that keep coming up on the channel. Now let's start with the first case. We are discussing the case with respect to WhatsApp privacy. Now recently the WhatsApp group, they changed their privacy laws, they changed their terms and conditions which affected the privacy of the users. So what happened was a writ petition was filed in the Supreme Court by whom? By Confederation of All India Traders against the new and updated policy of WhatsApp. So this petition sought that the government be directed to take certain measures, to take certain steps to safeguard and secure the privacy of the citizens, so that the data that they are sharing on WhatsApp in the form of messages, audio, video and other information that is being shared, it is not exploited by WhatsApp or any other internet based messaging services. So this was the essential prayer in the petition filed here. So this is important. This legal current affairs can be important to you with respect to right to privacy. Now a question can be asked that right to privacy is a part of our fundamental rights or not. So you must know that right to privacy falls under which of our rights. Is it a part of fundamental rights? Do let me know in the comment section below. With this you'll be able to read better, and you'll instantly look up on Google whether right to privacy is a fundamental right or not, and this is how you learn things. And also another question that can be with respect to right to privacy would be, what are the judgments that have been there on this issue? So KS Puttaswamy judgment, the Aadhaar judgment is very important in this respect. Then moving further to the next one, Rakesh Vaishnav versus Union of India. In this case, what happened was that as you all know that farmers protest is going on all over the country. So a tractor rally was proposed to be carried out on the Republic Day, and an application was filed by the Delhi police seeking for an injunction to stop this tractor rally on the Republic Day, to where this tractor rally was meant to show that they are trying to protest against the farm laws. So they contended that this march is slated to disturb the parade and it will create a law and order situation in the country, and thereby it will be a national embarrassment because on the Republic Day such a rally is being carried out. So the Supreme Court issued a notice, and what the court did was it formed a committee that is expected to resolve this deadlock between the government and the farmers. Now this can be important with respect to your farm laws. I already have a video where I have in detail discussed what these farm laws are about. You should know the basics, that what these farm laws are essentially about. Contract farming is a new set of law that is being proposed, you should know about it. And also further here it is said that a committee is being formed to resolve a deadlock. So you must know the members of this committee. Obviously you can go on the internet and look up, and it is, if you are a part of our paid module, these small things are already covered, and this is mentioned there that who all are included in this committee. Then next is your Josephine Shine versus Union of India case. Now if you will remember, Josephine Shine case is the one that decriminalized the offence of adultery. Adultery was punishable under section 497 of the IPC, and now this offence has been decriminalized through this judgment. So now why in this year this judgment is under purview? The central government has filed an application for clarification before the Supreme Court, that they want a clarity of the application of this judgment to the people who are there in the armed forces, because they feel that it will create an instability in the armed forces, because people, they stay far away from their houses. So they have this apprehension that the adultery might happen. So if it is decriminalized, then the families are going to suffer. So the court said that, Justice Rohinton Nariman heard this issue. He said that since the clarification being sought on a judgment that was heard by the Constitution bench, so this matter should be placed before the Chief Justice of India, then who will issue an order to it to post this matter before a 5-judge Constitution bench, and they will decide the matter. So from this you should know what adultery is about, what this offense is about, what the original judgment is about, and also you should know the fact that when a constitutional bench judgment comes into play, so if that judgment is being reviewed, or any clarification is being sought on such a judgment, then the matter will be posted before the Chief Justice of India, who will decide, because we know Chief Justice is the master of the roster, and he will decide that who is going to hear this judgment or give a clarification on the same. Then moving on to the final judgment that we are looking at, scribe facility is available only to the persons with benchmark disability. Now what happened here was, a plea has been made by a candidate who is aggrieved by the UPSC notification. What the notification is about, it says that UPSC exam में उन्हीं लोगों को scribe मिलेगा who meet the benchmark disability criteria. So section 2R of the persons right of persons with disabilities act जो है, it says that people with benchmark disability are those जिनकी disability जो है वो 40% है, they are disabled to the extent of 40%. So people who have any disability below the percentage of 40, they will suffer in this criteria, and even though they need a scribe, just because they're not meeting that benchmark criteria prescribed, then they cannot be stopped. Like, they also should be given the scribe that was mentioned in this plea. So what has the court done? It has reserved its judgment on the issue that whether this extension should be given to the people in All India services, to the people who are disabled but who do not fall under the benchmark disability criteria. So basically this is talking about discrimination. You should know the background as to right to equality, that is a fundamental right under Article 14 of the Constitution, and you should be aware of the basics. So with this we come to the end of this video. I hope that you got to understand what were the major judgments in January, and in case you have any further doubts, queries, then you can mention the same in the comment box below, and the questions that I had mentioned, the 2 questions, you give an answer to me in the comment box below, so that I know how your preparation is going. And even if you've not you don't know the answers to them, just Google up and find it out. Through that you will be able to retain things better.